How would you represent Space Marines in a post-apocalyptic setting? Well, stay tuned to find out. Hello Bits Brood, it's Craig from bitsbox.co.uk here. So yeah, I'm going to show you some post-apocalyptic Space Marines that I've been working on. Now if you follow us on social media, you've probably seen these, and they have been really popular, so I thought why not do a video series where we look at post-apocalyptic Space Marines, and just give you guys ideas if you want to do some yourself, and just give me a chance to show them off and explain in more detail how I made them. So that's what this video is all about. I'm going to be showing off the miniatures I have made already, and talking you through which bits I've used and things like that. In the future, I want to do like a conversion tutorial video where I make one or two up for this army. And I'll do a painting tutorial as well further down the line, and then maybe even like vehicles and terrain and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really excited. Sort of post-apocalyptic stuff, something I'm really into, and obviously I'm really into 40k as well. So to mix them both together is just awesome. And yeah, I'm actually loving making these. So yeah, I'm not going to babble on anymore. But as always, before we begin, if you are new to this channel and you want to keep up to date with everything that we post, especially this series, if it's what you're into, then feel free to hit that subscribe button down below, and you can also ring that bell icon if you never want to miss a thing. And as always, before we begin, just a huge shout out and a massive thank you to all of our patrons for supporting us on this channel. If you want to know what our Patreon is all about, there is a link down below. We offer things like free shipping on our website, and we send off bags of random bits every month to those on the $20 or higher pledges as well. So yeah, that's enough from me. Let's just get straight into this. Okay, so far I've made a total of 7 miniatures, including these 5 Reavers, 3 of which are painted and have been shared on our social so far, and I think these ones have as well. We'll move them to one side for now though, and focus on the painted ones, and I'll go over how they've been converted. Let's start with my favourite one. Actually, I think there were 1,000 likes on Instagram, which for us is insane, but I love this guy. So here's the leader of the Reavers, and yeah, where to start? So as you can see, all these are just based off the original Reaver models. Now I love the Reavers and the Infiltrators, and the Suppressors as well. I think they all have this nice sort of... they work really well for the post-apocalyptic theme because they have so many pouches and stuff on them. I've added even more on this one. So tip number 1 is to add a lot of pouches and grenades and stuff like that. So this guy, I've added some grenades from the Necromunda Goliath, as well as this shoulder panel here, a little armor plate and an arm as well. The Necromunda stuff is brilliant for this post-apocalyptic style. Used some sort of Mohawks from the Escher. Yeah, Clan Escher. So yeah, Mohawks are quite cool if you want to have a post-apocalyptic feel. I quite like the sort of 80s style, sort of Mad Max post-apocalyptic stuff. His axe is literally just one of the old skeleton spears with an axe head from... I can't tell you what. It's something resin though. So one of the Horus Heresy armor sort of weapon kits, I assume. Filed it down flat. You could just use plastic card. As you can see, I've sort of painted it like a street sign, and that's a theme I want to sort of run a little bit in this army, sort of making use of scrap. Because it works with post-apocalyptic feel, such as adding on additional armor plates, changing the guns up a little. So on this one, I've added the nozzle from the Skitarii Ruststalkers, some bullets from the Cawdor gang, I want to say. There's also a pouch from the Ruststalkers. I've got this knife, which I can't for the life of me think where that's from. I think that might be from Cawdor as well, maybe. Leave a comment if you know. Some additional pouches on there. I've got this sledgehammer as well. Again, I don't actually know what that's from. Could be from a vehicle or something. Oh no, that's just in my own personal bits box. And the Reaver helmets, just the original Reaver helmets, are just brilliant with that skull sort of face. They're just brilliant, aren't they? I mean, they're just amazing. In a future video, I'll go over maybe some things that you could buy that work well for post-apocalyptic stuff. I've ordered a few sort of heads from the Horus Heresy range, which I think will be brilliant. But not for the Reavers, because I just love the Reaver heads so much. So yeah, that's the leader. And I apologise if I'm just going to babble on a lot here, going through each individual miniature, but I just love them. This guy, again, hair from the Escher. So, majority of them, again, it's just a Reaver. Little armor plate there, I think it's from one of the Orc buggies. You see, they have all these knives and pouches already, which is just brilliant. That's from the Cawdor set, I want to say. And the majority of stuff here is Necromunda. That's also from Necromunda Cawdor as well on his shoulder. So pretty simple conversion there. They're not all going to be as heavily converted as one. I also repositioned his leg slightly for the pose. This one again, I've added some bullets from the Cawdor, make the gun look a little bit different. Got some random spikes just coming off the arms. But this one's like a female, so I actually sculpted her midriff, have that visible. Obviously, with like post-apocalyptic females, they like to have their bellies exposed for some reason. I sort of noticed. I don't know why. You think they'd be heavily sort of wrapped up because you know it's probably quite cold at nights. The head, I'm just trying to think. I think it's for Sequitors. I think it's the Sequitors, and one of the Stormcast towels anyway. I quite like the sort of haircut there. It looks quite post-apocalyptic, having sort of shaved side. And again, Necromunda Goliaths, they lend themselves well to these sort of shoulder pads things that you can put on the knee or on their shoulders. And little accessories there. I think that's from the Escher. And I quite like using the little shields and stuff as well on the shoulder pads. But yeah, that's the 3 Reavers that are currently at this stage painted. So I have another 2 here that are unpainted. And I've been using like resin Imperial Fist shoulder pads. I've got Imperial Fist for mine, as you can already tell. So I've got a Grapnel Launcher there. I put it on a different arm though. I want to change the position. I don't like the position of the actual Grapnel Launcher. He has a knife just made out of plasticard, and I'm going to follow that sort of street sign theme and just have it out of a random cut up torn street sign or something. Be quite cool. Again, another Goliath shoulder pad, and I've ripped up a purity seal on the back. I don't want to have a lot of purity seals on these guys, but the ones I do have will be all ripped up. Now, there's not much else going on here. He's just got a mohawk out of a... this is from one of the Space Hawks, one of the Hawks buggies. It's one of the ones in the Speed Feats set, anyway. Works quite well as a little mohawk. This one's got a Goliath mohawk. And obviously, if mohawks aren't your thing, you don't have to do that. I've used the circular saw blade from the Cawdor gang to make this weird sort of axe looking thing. It's got a little bit bent actually. I have to bend that back. Or maybe I won't. Who knows? Another good thing about this is, you think of them like orcs, you can get away with like dirty paint jobs and you know, bent pieces and things like that. I'm going to add some more battle damage to these as well. It's got a little bit, but I'll add a bit more. Again, we're using an armor plate. I think that's from the Goliaths as well. But his gun's been made out of a Grapnel Launcher where I've just put a new barrel on. I'm going to drill it out both ways. And he's got like an orc shoulder pad thing on the back just to add a little extra metal, spiky metal plate. I don't really know what else to do. Some pouches on the front as well. Try and give him a shot. Of course, if you have any suggestions yourself about what I could add to them and things like that, I want to try and do some more Barnic sort of parts as well. I'll try and do that. Speaking of which, I have 2 more. So these are halfway through being painted. I have Hellblaster Sergeant, and he does actually have a slight sort of Barnic leg at the back there. So I chopped away got that bit, and then just stuck in this piece, which is from the Talos actually. So I'll probably do more like that, and of course he's got the bionic arm, half sort of bionic head as well, so I'll just have that sort of theme with him. The plasma coils are going to be quite bright, just because I want to try painting a brighter theme. And again, this will be like a speed sign I think I'm going to have, like an American style speed sign. And then just really rough it up and make it dirty. He's using an Escher Mohawk again. I know it's not everyone's... Oh, excuse me, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I like it. I want it to be flamboyant and ridiculous. Now he's got an Acadian accessory thing on his shoulder pad. And a couple of extra little Acadian knives on there, on the back as well. Acadian knife there. So, loads of knives and pouches and things like that. Yeah, I'm really enjoying painting these up as well. Oh, and that tabard thing is from the new Chaos Space Marines. That fit under there quite nicely. And the armor plate itself is from one of the Orc vehicles. And then lastly, we have this captain. The shield isn't actually glued on, it's just blue tacked on. Now this guy doesn't fit the theme as much. I'll zoom out a little bit. But it's a conversion I wanted to do for a while, and I thought, well, I can add it to this army. I'll just give him a bit more of a post-apocalyptic head and paint job. So it's actually used a Harlequin Mohawk, and the head I don't know is from one of the Primaris sets, I'm sure. And this is based off the captain from the Shadow Spear box. The sword, which I love, is a Vampire Counts one. I don't know, or sorry, Legions of Nagash, should we say? But I don't know which miniature actually. And the shield is from Forge World. I just love a big ass shield. I'll take that off. So you can see underneath I've got some chains hanging down. So chains, they're just like the mace from the Flagellants, I believe, which I've chopped down and added a couple of skulls from the skull box. He's got this bolt gun from the Intercessors. And yeah, the rest of him is just... Oh, and there's another little Goliath shoulder pad. So you'll see them pop up quite a lot. They're pretty cool. Oh, and also added from the skull box as well, like this jaw. You can't really see it too well at the moment, but that's like a bony jaw, which I'll paint. Goes around there as well. So yeah, just the 7 miniatures so far. But there'll certainly be a lot more. I definitely want to do like a conversion video where I'll just sit down and make one or two of these to add. I've got some ideas for some infiltrators, and I want to add some suppressors as well. But I probably won't do a lot of conversion work on the suppressors. For infiltrators, certainly. So maybe we'll sit down. I've got about 5 spares infiltrators somewhere, so you can chop them up and have a go with them. Also want to do some more characters as well. Some lieutenants, some ancients, maybe even a librarian. I think a chaplain would be quite cool as well. But we shall see. So, before I go, another thing I want to do in this video is just sort of talk a little bit about why, or like sort of the story behind the sort of post-apocalyptic Space Marine army. So my sort of feeling is that maybe they've dropped in on a planet to do whatever, whatever task they've been assigned to do, and maybe just got isolated there. Lost all communications, or whatever fleet they came from could have got destroyed, or who knows. But they're sort of abandoned on a planet, and yeah, you'd think they would just fix their armor with whatever they could find and things like that, make weapons out of whatever. So I want to sort of just represent that. I mean, every planet in the 40k universe be completely different, so you can just go with any theme you want. And if Space Marines are on a planet for a long time, then they could start altering themselves up for whatever reason. So, I'm not really too concerned about fluff and things like that. I mean, I've got a female one in there, and I know some people are like, oh, you don't have female Space Marines. I don't care. I really don't care. I just want an army that looks nice. Another thing I want to say before we go as well is I want to add a repulsor. If you guys have any ideas what I can do to make it look more post-apocalyptic, then certainly leave the comments down below. And if you have any ideas for things I can do to Marines as well, you might be looking at these and thinking, it'd be really cool if you'd done this, this and this, or you could do this, this and this. or this bit would work really well, you know, certainly let me know. Let's come up with some ideas, let's brainstorm some ideas together, and we'll put them in some future videos. That'd be really awesome. So yeah, certainly let me know what you think down below, and any ideas are always welcome. I neglect to say it in most videos, but I do read every single comment, and I do reply to almost all of them, so certainly, yeah, I'd love to hear any suggestions anyway. But I think I've babbled on long enough. This is the first of a few videos, and if you can put up with me this long, then I'm sure you're going to enjoy the others as well. So thanks so much for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed the miniatures. If you have, thumbs up. And yeah, any comments, leave them down below. I'd love to hear them. I'll see you all again in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. You can also click that bell icon to be notified when a new video has gone live on this channel. On the screen now are 2 more videos that you may wish to check out, and a link to our Patreon page also. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.